All right, we are back.
Episode.
Número tres.
Nice. What do we got going on today?
Today we have Goose Island 312.
Ooh, local beer.
Blue
Even more.
ale.
This is probably one of the locals.
Yes, we will be drinking the 12 fluid ounces that come in a bottle. Yellow tag.
Was it 4.2?
Yeah, it's 4.2 alcohol
Oh,
volume.
okay.
Yeah, I could probably put a couple of these away.
Oh yeah.
No problem.
So I guess I'll do a little bit of history on our Goose Island Beer Company.
You
It's
are you are the researcher one.
Yep. It is a brewery in Chicago. It began as a single brew pub in 1988 in Lincoln Park. Pretty cool neighborhood.
In the end,
And named after a nearby island.
yes.
That's pretty weird.
Let me guess. There was geese on that island.
Probably. And then let's see. They opened up another one in Wrigleyville in 1999, but it closed in 2015. Goose Island in 2011 was bought out by Anheuser-Busch InBev, which is the empire of alcoholic beverages. They're evil. Yeah, they take over everything. Like the brewmaster of Goose Island resigned as soon as they got bought out by InBev, and actually InBev completely destroyed Anheuser-Busch down in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Like all their brewmasters and a lot of their people left and started their own like microbrews.
Yeah.
And you can actually me and Colleen did this. We went on a tour of all these different microbrews on a party bus. It was one of the coolest things ever.
Where? Louisiana?
St. Louis,
Oh,
Missouri.
St. Louis.
Yeah, we went down there and they come and pick you up in a party bus and you just go to all these different breweries and you drink the whole time you're there. But all the breweries that we went to were all former like top people of Anheuser-Busch who as soon as they got bought out by InBev, they were like, nope, we're done. Fuck you guys. And they left and they went and did their own thing, which was pretty cool because like the beers are every beer that we went or every brewery that we went to was really cool down there.
So they kind of stuck it to the man.
Yeah. Oh, the city of St. Louis was like boycotting Anheuser-Busch for a long time.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, you sold out to the man,
Yeah.
and now it was a bad time. But the brewery tour was pretty cool.
I got a suggestion. How about we pop these bad boys?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. You can pop it whenever you want, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's some interesting facts about Goose Island that I didn't know about.
Well,
okay,
that's why we do the research.
Right. Just like I didn't know, like we're just talking about how they operate different concept locations across the globe. In Toronto, Canada, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Seoul, South Korea, and Shanghai. And they also have a pub in Monterrey, Mexico, which is right up your alley.
Well, that's a faraway alley, but yeah.
Well, it's where you're from.
Yeah, true. But people who wanna, my friends that live down there might wanna, take note of that.
Yeah, but do they have like how we have like brew pubs, where it's like beers and food? Like, do they have it like that, or is it more like it's either like a restaurant or like a club or like a local bar?
Oh, so like a brew pub restaurant, kind of like we find them all over here.
Like
No.
Goose Island,
Yeah.
how Goose Island is.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, they just get the beers, delivered, and then they're like, oh, we got these exotic beers, but as like making them there, they don't. They just like rent the space for like a restaurant with beers, mainly.
Okay. Well, here let's have
Salud.
a little toast here, and let's try this one out.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, I don't mind
Yeah.
312.
That's an outside beer.
Oh yeah, most definitely. One thing that always makes me think of, dude, and I don't know about you, but like baseball, football, like any kind of sporting event is something with 312.
Yeah.
I think because it's at like every ballpark in Chicago.
True.
Any sporting event you go to, I think like 312 is the main one that's on tap.
For Goose Island, yeah.
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 And that's what I'm saying. Like I know, but I think the park I think has like a Goose Island like patio type thing. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Well, what about you? What's some sporting events that comes to mind?
Cubs games.
Cubs
Yeah,
games.
going to the Cubs games
When do
every
you
now
go
and
to
then.
Cubs games?
I've been to a couple. I went with Talia. She loved it. I mean, she's not like a sports follower, but she likes the experience. Like, let's go and get the nachos and the hot dog and the hot pretzel. And I'm like, where are we gonna put all this?
Yeah.
And I went with my father-in-law and my brother-in-law when they came up. I had to take them to get the experience.
Yeah.
I would have taken them to see the Bears, but you know,
Dude,
nah.
going to a Bears game is very expensive.
Yes.
I haven't been to a Bears game probably since like 1995. So I was only like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And dude, it was so expensive, so cold. It was awful. Like if I ever go back to a Bears game, it's gonna be right in the beginning of the season when it's still kind of warm.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna go to another state and watch them.
Well, that's what like my brothers went to see the Bears play Green Bay, which is like a classic match.
Yeah.
Us versus the Cheeseheads, and they went to Lombao. They drove all the way out there. I don't know if they had a friend or a family member came up. This is when I was still living down in Mexico. So this happened. I wasn't here,
Okay.
and they wouldn't have invited me anyway because they're like that. They were like, "Nah, we're not paying for your ticket." Um, so they went up. They went to Lombao instead of watching them at Soldier Field because they're like, "Nah, dude, that's like highway robbery, dude."
Oh yeah. I went there. I went to Green Bay for a jiu-jitsu tournament, and that was by far one of the most boring places I've ever been. It was like we drove in.
You're not just saying that because you're from Chicago?
No, it was literally like it looked just like a normal little town, and then there was like a football stadium, and
Yeah.
that was it. And like you drove in, you're like, oh, this is Green Bay, and then you drove out, like, oh, you're leaving Green Bay. So yeah, I did not like it at all.
Yeah.
It was very not. I just didn't like it.
I think I've been to Soldier Field once, and I was to see Metallica a couple of years ago with my brother.
Okay.
But yeah, that's not a sporting thing, but it was at a sporting
Facility.
facility. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to tack that up as an event.
I think I've been to Soldier Field more times for things other than football.
Yeah.
Because I know I went there for a couple concerts. What else? I went there for one football game. Went there for. I think I went there for like a Chicago Fire game when they were there the first time.
Before the Toyota Stadium or
Yeah,
whatever.
because they were at Soldier Field and then they went to Toyota Park and now they're back at Soldier Field.
So cool
Well,
segue.
now it's SeatGeek Stadium.
Yeah. Well, cool segue. That stadium was built right behind the high school we went to,
I know.
which is crazy. They have a lot of concerts there too. I remember what they have what's the name of the concert? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
They had like Kiss and all these other
Oh yeah,
groups.
they've had a few concerts. Well, they still have concerts there. They have that, and then there's the the Chicago Hounds rugby team. That's where they play.
Yeah.
They're just got this is their first year in Major League Rugby,
Yeah.
and then I think the women's Chicago soccer team plays there too.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
So it was funny because memory. You triggered a memory. I just finished watching Ted Lasso.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I didn't finish the last episode, so
okay.
don't ruin it for me.
I'm not gonna ruin it, but you know the chick Barbara that works with Keely.
Yep.
So she's like, oh yeah, I'm not really into soccer. I'm more of a rugby. I need the
Yes,
blood and blah
yeah.
blah blah. So they have. Well, you saw the match where they beat the shit out of the other
Oh
team.
yeah, when it was just nothing but fights, and she's like, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
because they saw Nate the Great rip up the Believe poster carton.
When they got all the red flags.
That was yeah. So it reminded me of that when because this chick was all like something like that happens again, not to that extent, but
Yeah.
something happens and she jumps up, she's like, yeah, bro, yes, I'll start coming to more games. Because rugby's so violent, dude. She's like, oh, there's something about a man grabbing another man and tossing him around like a rag doll. I was like, okay, crazy.
Oh, dude, such a good show.
It is. It is. Well, it was.
They still were supposed to do like 2 seasons.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I know that it was set up for like 5 or 6. Like they signed up for that, and they said that was going to be it. Like when they have the final, like it's going to be it.
Yeah.
Like that was like he said it was going to be. I think it was 5 seasons.
Well, I want to tell you about it, but I don't want to ruin it for you.
Well, don't tell me about the last episode.
Well,
That's the only one I have left. And the way that it was the episode before that ended, I
yeah.
was like, I see the writing on the wall.
The thing about those episodes is like they come in and like there's no connection with the last episode sometimes, and I was just like, what the hell?
Yeah, this season was a little different.
Yeah.
The one like they usually kind of felt like had a flow to them where it was like, oh, this is the day after, or like this is 2 days later. Like some of it was really confusing.
Yeah.
Like I was really jumping around a lot.
Yeah, I lost. Like you lose your place sometimes, I guess.
Like when they went on that winning streak.
Yeah.
Like how much there had to have been stuff going on
In
in
between.
between that would have,
Yeah.
But then they probably were just like, no, we don't want to. We just want to jump
Yeah.
ahead to
Like
this
we
next
got
part.
15 matches won or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when they fire Nate, and he gets fired for or waiting tables.
Oh yeah, yeah, because his girlfriend Jade.
Yeah.
No,
See,
that's my girlfriend.
I knew that they were gonna bring him back and like change his character to being back to being like a good dude. You
Yeah.
know? And then it was just I don't know. There was so much going on with that just irritated me with him being a douche.
Well, yeah, he left the team being such an asshole.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if that was like the reaction that they wanted, but like, I hated him. I know Colleen hated him.
Oh yeah,
she was like,
Colleen couldn't stand
she
him.
was like, fuck that guy.
When she saw the one episode where he was on the date with the hot chick.
Okay.
And she was like ignoring him, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go. My friend's in the hospital."
Yeah.
And she jumps in the car with her friends, and they go party.
Jitterbug.
And they're like, she's like, "They better not be bringing him back to be a fucking nice guy. I want him on. I don't like him. I don't want anybody to like him." I'm like, "No, they're bringing him back."
Yep.
And they want to make it a warm story where everybody's rekindled and everything.
Yeah, they wanted to definitely redeem his character, which was
Yeah.
like,
yeah, but at the same time, I feel like they had to go full circle to where he realizes, what he had. And he kind of jumped the gun and like blaming people for something that they shouldn't have been blamed for.
Yeah.
Like the Ted Lasso character did nothing but like pump him up and want him to do good.
except for like 2 times that they
Yes.
showed him yell at him, and it was because like Tab's going through like a shitty moment.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that's where they wanted to take the story.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I still love Roy, like the Roy Kent Jamie relationship
Oh, yeah.
that they built.
Yep.
Where they used to hate each other, and then they started kind of like easing into being friends, and they're best friends. And now it's like you don't know what's going on
Well,
with,
dude, the best
Keely and them.
the best part of that whole thing is when they were playing Man City, and when he hit his dad, when Roy came and hugged him, and that was like the moment. I'm like, yes,
Yep.
yeah. I'm like, all right, like, that's what you wanted to see, and it completely changed everything.
Yep.
And then when he was when Jamie was getting mad about the dude that showed up to be their like savior.
Oh, Zava?
Yeah, Zava.
Yeah, the Slatin figure.
Yes.
With the avocados.
Yep. Like when he showed up,
That was
he's like,
awesome.
I want to be like you. I want to be like you. And he's like, 4 a.m. Let's go.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I don't know if you'll see this part where like Jamie. Well, I'll tell you this without spoiling anything. He goes to see his mom. Did you see that part?
Yeah, when it was before the other match. And
Yeah.
I saw
Okay.
that one.
So he goes to see his mom,
moms and they talk and everything.
and they go to his room, and he's got a poster of Roy, which I
Yeah.
was like, that is cool, man. That was like a nice.
And he closed the door.
And then you close the door. There's Keely with the soccer balls.
Yep.
And then Roy's just like, oh.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That was pretty funny. I like when that reaction is like, oh.
Yeah, and I liked how they showed his his dad getting clean. I thought that was pretty good too.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought he died. Like the way that they were talking about it at first when his buddies were like, "Oh, I wish he would have loved to have seen that."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh crap, he died."
I think he was like a I don't know if he was like a drug junkie or like.
I think he was just an alcoholic, because that's on the show. That's what it looked like. He only did.
Yeah, it's just like a smoker drinker, but like he was abusive and all that,
Well, yeah, he was a dick.
Yeah, true that.
Like the way he was talking to him during all the matches, and then the way he would belittle him, and after it's like, dude, come on.
Well, yeah, he would talk him down.
I'd just be like, dude, your kid is in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like he's better than what 90% of the soccer players in the world if you get the Premier League. Because it'd be like I look at Premier League and then
Champions.
you got Premier League, Bundesliga in Germany, and then the one what's the one in Spain? La Liga.
La Liga.
Like I feel like those three. If you make it to one of those three,
because they got La Liga and then they got the Liga MX.
Yeah.
Which is the next.
But I mean, I'm talking about La Liga in Spain
Yeah,
with like Barcelona and Real Madrid and all
Portugal
those.
and those
Yeah, like
teams.
so, I mean, like if you make it to one of those three leagues, and maybe even the like Serie A or whatever, like the top league in Italy.
Yeah,
Like if you make it to one of those four, like you're
you're
the
golden.
elite
Yeah,
of football.
yeah,
Just like they showed, I don't know if it was true or not. They showed Messi is considering coming to the Miami Football Club to play in MLS since he's going to be retiring,
yeah.
and just come in and dominate MLS for like 2 or 3 years, and
Make
then
a couple $1 million.
he doesn't need to make money, dude.
I know, but
Like,
he's not going to come for free.
well, no, of course not. But yeah, just thinking about those, like,
Because that's like Rafa Marquez, who used to play for Barcelona, did that. He went to play in Mexico,
mhm.
well, his home country, and then didn't Beckham come to play with LA
Yeah, he went to
Galaxy?
LA Galaxy. He was here. He like I think he started. He was one of like the original players
Yeah,
for LA Galaxy when they came out.
when they started the leagues
Yeah.
or the league, I should say. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's good though.
yeah, dude. I remember when the league first came out. It was pretty cool. And I remember. Do you remember like when the World Cup was here when we were kids?
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember watching
yeah.
that. And then the opening ceremony was here, wasn't it? Wasn't it at Soldier Field? The opening ceremony. I think the opening ceremony was here, or like the very first couple matches were here. I remember that.
Trying to remember. I don't know if it was here. It could have been, but
I'm pretty sure the opening ceremony was at Soldier Field.
yeah, for the what was it like the '94 World
It
Cup?
was either
Something like that?
92 or 94. Maybe 94.
Yeah, because it's every 4 years.
Yeah.
Was that what the Ricky Martin did in La Vida Loca theme
No,
song?
dude, that was way before Living La Vida Loca.
Well,
Here,
yeah,
wait, here. We have the Google machine.
yeah.
We could just find out when
Are
this
you saying
was.
that contraption could get me any information from anywhere in the world and anywhere in the intraweb?
I believe so.
Yeah, I gotta get me one of those. World Cup '94. You gotta look up the theme song.
I don't want to look at the theme song.
No,
I
I'm
just
just
want to
saying
see.
that was the debate.
Uh, so let's see.
FIFA World Cup 1995.
Let's see. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, who cares?
How far did the U.S. get in the 1994 World Cup?
Hmm.
Let's see.
I remember that logo.
They were one of the best third place teams. They were eliminated in the round of 16 and a 1-0 defeat to Brazil on Independence Day.
So right
Oof.
before quarterfinals
Yep.
on July 4th, they got
Yeah.
eliminated.
Yeah.
But I bet you everybody thought that game was rigged and that they were gonna win.
Probably. I don't know. But you know what though? They're going against that Brazilian team.
Oh yeah, that was Ronaldo
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I would say that was like that
Roberto
was
Carlos.
yeah that was a team of teams.
Yeah, I think Kaká was in there.
Wow. Bulgaria was fourth place.
Yeah.
Sweden was third place.
Dude, look at the Brazilian team for the '94 World Cup. That's yeah,
Hang
because
on.
that was the Astros right there, dude. Those guys are legends.
Process. Here we go. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Soldier Field.
Okay,
The 1994 Brazilian team. Let me see.
that was
Oh, dude, that team was insane.
yeah. That was like I don't think there's ever gonna be a team like that again.
No, probably. Well,
Who would you who? Like those teams are comprised
honestly,
of like all stars
okay,
from around the world.
I
Real
will. I
Madrid
will
and-
say this World Cup, the last one that just ended. I mean,
Yeah,
the guys like the guys who are on the Argentinian national team, like now how they're playing in their respective leagues,
yeah.
dude, they're insane. Like, and I don't know how they'll be once Messi's not playing anymore.
Yeah.
But dude, like I think the guy's name is Julian Alvarez.
Okay.
He's like 19 or 20. Dude's insane.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like the guy who takes over.
Well, I'll tell you what. I went to a sub 17 game in Mexico when I was down there. A buddy of mine was like, "Hey man, I got some tickets. Let's go watch the underage kids because they're faster. They got all that youth that they can't drink yet and all that stuff that once you go pro, you're gonna do."
Yeah.
So we went to the game. Dude, it was insane. Like those kids are like running all over the place. I was like, remember when I could do that? Nah, I can't because I was never able to do that. But I had that spark.
Yeah. Let's see. The squad from 1994 World Cup Brazil team.
Give me the
So
roster.
I'm just gonna go after the ones that I know.
Okay.
Let's see. Leonardo, Paulo Sergio, Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Beto,
Yeah.
Jorginho.
Don't remember him.
No, he was a defender.
That's right. He wasn't making the goals.
Romario,
I remember him.
Cafu. I remember
Cafu.
Cafu.
Yeah.
And those are the only ones that I remember. I mean, but Ronaldo was. I mean, dude.
Yeah, he was the all-star. Yeah, that dude had like horse legs, dude. He was jacked up.
Yep.
You could tell. This was before. He probably was shooting up or something. But
Well, it depends on what their testing process was back then. Especially if it FIFA, who knows? They're probably like,
oh yeah, there's news everywhere about FIFA being
well, dude, there's a
shady.
documentary on it.
Yeah.
The Netflix documentary is insane.
Yeah.
How these guys were all like how they got to do the one in but the one in Dubai.
Yeah.
Like how fucked up that was.
Was that the team that was like gonna dominate Argentina or
No,
whatever?
no, no,
Like,
no, no, no. When how they got the bid
oh yeah,
for
yeah.
the World Cup. Like these people like they just came in and like, oh, we'll pay you all this money, let us have the World Cup, and they're like, okay, because it was the one. It was supposed to be like they were trying to get it back here.
This was the one that was in like Morocco,
No, in Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah, in Dubai.
Okay.
And they built all these stadiums and had like slave labor and like dude
That sucks.
they were killing like 1,400 people like a month because of like heat exhaustion because it's like 110 degrees outside and they're building these stadiums and these are all like slave labor people that weren't getting paid anything. Like yeah, did you gotta watch that documentary? It's completely messed up. Like a couple dudes from
What's that
FIFA went
documentary called? The Prince of Egypt or something like
no, it's just a FIFA
that?
documentary on Netflix.
I
I know I gotta find it now because now I'm gonna want to look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's me and Colleen watched it. She's
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, that is messed up."
That sounds messed up. I didn't know that.
Here, it's called. Let's see, Written in the Stars. Yeah, Written in the Stars, the official film of the 2022 World Cup. So it's all about the shady shit that FIFA was doing with like the UAE getting
Yeah.
the World Cup into Dubai.
Jesus.
And dude, it's all messed up. But, like all these people were dying. It was crazy because they were shipping people in from like Libya and everywhere else
Yeah.
to do like slave labor and work in the middle of the desert with no water, no food, and they would work them for like 15, 18 hours at a time for these stadiums that were massive.
Yeah.
Like they had one, I think it was just all shipping containers, which I thought was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool design. Like the whole stadium was just built from shipping containers.
Yeah.
But then, like, I don't know, if you go to the one World Cup that was in South Africa,
Yeah.
like all those stadiums are empty. And they're filled with homeless people. And they're just wastes of space just sitting there. Like they didn't repurpose any of it.
Yeah.
Like what the plan would have been if we would have had the Olympics here.
Yeah.
When that one year where they wanted to have the Olympics in Chicago,
Yeah.
would have been terrible.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Oh yeah, so am I. I would have had to have worked downtown.
That would have sucked.
Yeah. I work downtown enough now, and it's more
That's
than I
enough.
want to. Yeah.
That's enough. Oh man.
Let's talk about some cheerful sports stories. How about that? That was a little
Yeah.
depressing.
Well, no, that's depressing.
What?
I was gonna say Pele died not too long ago. A
Yeah.
month ago, maybe a little bit more.
Oh, dude, I was watching the top whatever athletes cheating, and they were showing Maradona, the hand of God.
Yeah, that was in Mexico, man.
Yeah, dude, I was watching that. I
The
was like,
funny thing is, like, here's the thing. Here's what I don't get. So he did that shit to our home,
Hmm.
like my home, and like everybody's like, oh, Diego Maradona, man. You know, like down there, they're like, oh man, he's one of the best players that ever existed. I'm like, yeah, but he fucked us, dude. Like, can you? It's like it's weird, man. Because I mean, I don't want to get into the whole thing, but I'm like, the mentality of a lot of people. I'm not gonna generalize, but a lot of people are like, they get screwed, and they're like, oh man, this dude's the shit. Like it happens with the music I don't like. You know what time? You
Yep,
know.
I know.
So it happens with that type, and I'm like, or the shows I don't like. Like they're fucking up the country and people are like praising it, and I'm like, there's got to be a whole new level of stupid.
Yeah, but I feel like they look at his whole body of work.
Well, yeah, I mean,
He did that because he was probably thinking, if I don't get away with it, oh well, I'm going to try to see if I get away
oh
with
yeah,
it. And he got away with it
yeah.
because, none of the refs were looking.
It was like the World Cup. I want to say 2018, and then 2014 because it was 2022, right? So
Mm-hmm.
4 years, 2018, 2014. I think it was 2014, maybe 2010. I don't remember. But when Mexico played, they wore the orange.
Netherlands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dude took a dive in the penalty zone,
Mm-hmm.
and then like they didn't even contest it. It was just like penalty, boom, and
Oh, yeah,
Mexico
no.
got eliminated. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's
Like,
another thing, Joe. That so many of them take so many dives.
right?
Like, it's
But
a joke.
well, before, I mean, at least to my knowledge, they didn't have the like challenge like they did in football.
Yeah.
So now they do. And they challenge it.
Mhm.
Boom. No.
Oh, yeah, it's really different now because they have that independent, like, referee up in the box watching it.
Yeah.
To where they're like, yeah, no, that's not a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the dude clearly just wanted to fall down.
Exactly.
Which I feel like needs to be done for football. Because, dude, too many of them flop.
Oh yeah.
Like, when they get touched on their arm and they fall down and they're crying like they can't walk.
Or
And
a
then
fly hits him in the face.
And then the guy comes out with the magic spray.
Yeah.
The magic spray and the thing that rub his leg, and he gets back up and just runs in a full sprint.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dude, I want that magic spray.
Ah.
The magic spray I would feel so much better. Like,
Yeah, I would spray that shit all over my body.
oh man, I gotta work out. Oh, time to go. Got time to get this workout in.
Yep. Forget the pre-workout. I'm just gonna spray this.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll have it like the one dude one guy gets tripped up and he's laying on the ground like he's dying.
Yeah.
And they come and they like tap him on the shoulder and like
they're like, it's over. We got the call.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. We got a free kick. Oh, yeah. Like,
and I'll take it too because it was mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Your foot. You're walking around like your foot's broken, but then you make this kick.
Yep.
Like, come on.
Yep. Oh no, dude. It's like
And the refs know.
Oh yeah, they know. And it's fake. Like wrestling.
It's but I mean those dudes still get hurt though.
Yeah, wrestling is much more.
I mean you're still putting your body at risk.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing with wrestling. It's like entertainment, acrobatics, all that stuff.
That's
and
like
it's show.
That's like an extreme event.
Yeah, it's a show.
I wouldn't call it like. Or I can even say it's an extreme sport. Yeah,
to a certain
I would
degree,
say it is extreme sport because you still have to be athletic.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to do stunts.
You have to have some sort of athleticism.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'd be like like how
mankind.
Like when you get like the X Games.
Yeah.
Like skateboarding, rollerblading, luging, and all that other kind of stuff. Like you're doing those kind of things. I feel like wrestling falls into that realm of like it would be extreme sports.
It's like let's do some extreme roughhousing.
Because like dude, mankind would wrap himself up in barbed wire.
Mm-hmm.
Or he'd wrap a bat up in barbed wire and then or put tack all over the ring and then jump from the top of the cage, which is at least 18 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you can't fake jumping 18 feet in the air down to the ground. Like no matter what is there,
I don't care how mad it is.
It's still gonna hurt.
Oh yeah.
Bit, and you fall through a pre-cut table onto a sprung wound type trampoline.
Yeah.
Like, they still get bumps and bruises and everything else, like, and there was times I was watching, what was it? It was a podcast of the WWE guys.
Yeah.
And they're talking about there was one time where, who was it? I think it might have been, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
It was one of them.
I was going to say something because I was going to ask you, who's your favorite wrestler at all, overall?
Oh, jeez. favorite wrestler of all,
of all time.
man. Uh,
Right now.
I don't watch wrestling anymore.
No, no, no. I'm saying like
I
right
know, but I'm,
now.
I'm trying to think of like
Because it could
somebody.
have been somebody when you were younger, and then like now you're like, nah, this dude was better.
Ooh. Well, now
I put you on the
you're
spot.
going into things because there was WWE, but at the time it was WWF, and then you
Yes.
also had WCW,
Yep.
which was a completely different thing.
And then Mr. Gratcher had his WCW, which was
Yes,
Windy
Windy
City
City Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yes, but like for me, oof, man. Uh, I mean, I loved Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
I mean, he had one of the most iconic,
Runs.
no, like intro music ever. Just
Okay.
made you like, the I am a like it was just like it was a really cool
Hold on, do it
song.
again, do it again,
No,
do it
no, I'm
again.
good.
Okay.
But like, so I would say, man, I liked Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Uh,
Randy Savage.
yeah, Randy Savage was all right. Like, oh
Well, you saw that interview when they there was like an '80s interview where it's him and Hulk Hogan and they're shaking hands. Like, look at the
yeah,
power, bro.
yep,
And it's like, and then it's the meme that's like when you and your friends do shrooms
yeah.
together because
Like,
they're like so over the top. It's crazy.
let's see. So we got. I mean, it's hard, dude, because I feel like
Well,
the era.
stick to our era,
I
like
know,
the
but like
'90s.
the era that we grew up in, like wrestling was the shit. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like those '90s, early 2000s
Yeah.
wrestling era was the epitome of wrestling.
It was like
I don't know how.
when the Rock didn't shave his head.
Yeah, like I don't know what it's like right now because I don't get into it.
Oh no,
But like, I mean, you had,
Monday
I
Night
mean,
Raw.
yeah, you had Monday Night Raw, but then you also had Nitro, which went against them, and
Mm.
then you had Thursday nights,
Yeah.
which was another one, and
Yep.
then you had like, all right, now I'm really being a dork because Saturday morning you'd have WCW, and then
Yeah.
you'd have the pay-per-views too on Sundays,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
know. But I mean, like, all right,
Rage in the Cage.
so let's do WWE/F. Our time it was
Yeah.
WWF. I mean, you got
World
Hogan,
Wrestling Federation.
you got Hogan, Randy Savage, uh,
Undertaker.
Undertaker. I like Kane.
I like
That
Kane
Kane was
too.
pretty cool. Bret Hart. I
Bret
love
Hart.
Bret Hart. British
Okay.
Bulldog. British Bulldog was another one. I'll even go even further. Brutus the Barber Beefcake. That was another one that was crazy, dude. Like, um, let's see. Then let's go to like
The Rattlesnake, dude.
Oh, Jake the Snake.
No, the Rattlesnake, dude. Fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Dude, he was
But
the
see, like
shit.
he was, but that was towards like the end of my time of watching wrestling. Like my favorite one with him, it was like him and The Rock, or it was like him and it was him, Rock, and Mankind
Yeah.
doing something together. Like that was cool.
Yeah.
And I always liked when they would change it from being a feud to being a partnership
Yeah.
with him.
Well, they had the what was it? With Triple H X Factor too.
Generation X.
Yeah.
It was him, Shawn Michaels,
And the little dude.
yeah. Well, he was originally the 1-2-3 kid. Then he became Six Pack,
Yeah, there you go. Six
and then
pack.
China. And then they put in other people towards the end, like Jeff Jarrett, Lex Luthor.
Yes.
But like so, see, and you got to go to WCW. Then you got Sting. Sting was awesome.
Goldberg.
Goldberg, dude. Goldberg like turned that whole thing around.
Yeah.
Then when well Diesel and Razor Ramon left WWF and went to WCW,
Yeah.
and were Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and they were the Wolfpack, and then the NWO thing showed up. Like,
Oh yeah.
dude, that whole era of wrestling was insane.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, like, there's so much that you can. I mean,
Yeah, you can pick it.
this is like a 4-hour thing that we could talk about with
Oh, yeah.
wrestling because there's just so many different,
You know, I always thought Sting. I was like, man, I didn't know the Crow wrestled.
Oh, dude,
You remember the Crow?
He fit that role perfectly when he went and did the Crow Sting version, and I think he still is that version because he's dude's like 60 years old and he's still wrestling. But he's in like AEW now, something whatever it's called.
Aged wrestling.
Yeah, but see, dude. So we were talking about those. There was another company, ECW. ECW was that was the craziest of the crazy stuff. Like that's where like it was insane. Like
It was like a bunch of Mankind, Cactus Jack dudes.
it was
They're
anybody
crazy.
and everything doing the most ridiculous stuff. Like they would be in like little small venues, and the ring would be in the middle, but they would go up to like the like
The
the
scaffolding.
balcony, like the balcony area, and jump from the balcony on
Oh my
to
god.
onto the mats, and then they do a lot of barbed wire matches, like wrap the floor and the ropes and everything in barbed wire.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, it was crazy.
I believe it.
Like you could like pull up like some ECW fucking highlights, insane shit. And those guys were like they were more like high flying guys. Like they had a lot of like
Rod Van Dam style.
that. Rob Van Dam came from ECW. Dude.
Okay.
Rob Van Dam was the shit in ECW.
Wasn't Rey Mysterio flyer too?
Yeah, but
But he was from the Mexican League at
yeah he
first.
was from I don't I don't want to say luchador,
He was a
but I don't know what
luchador.
I don't know what the like.
Lucha Libre?
Yeah, did they have like a certain name down there, or was it just
No,
that's what it was?
it's Lucha Libre.
Okay, well that's where he came from. But like, yeah, Rob Van Dam came from ECW.
Yeah.
Like I used to watch.
He came from the American Lucha Libre.
Yes, and then it had some crazy shit. Like when the chicks would fight, it was like bad fights, dude. Like,
Do you remember the XFL?
Yes.
And then they had the women's league too.
The lingerie football league?
Yes.
Yeah. There was a team in Chicago.
Oh yeah. I think they still have
There's something still out
leagues
there.
like that.
I don't know. I'm sure it's on like ESPN 12.
Well, it's like
whatever.
we're getting a little bit more conforming. We could, they could do that now. Lingerie wrestling.
Yeah, true. But see, then put them in real pads against like, college football players.
They would get wrecked.
Like I just saw, there's like there's a soccer tournament going on in Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a whole bunch of they're playing sevens, so 7-on-7, I think, or 8-on-8, whatever it is. I think it's like 6 fielders and a goalie are playing, and they play shorter halves and everything else, and it's like teams from all over the world. Like MLS has a couple teams, and then there's like a couple national teams,
Yeah.
and then there's a couple like European club teams that came over.
Yeah.
And Wrexham sent over a team, and it's mostly like the team.
I just
Dude,
thought of the
wait.
owners of Wrexham, and I was like, Jesus.
Oh, dude, just wait. So like most of the guys on the team, they're either like 40,
Yeah.
or they're like 18. So it's a mixture of older retired dudes and like younger guys up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
They went against the women's national team.
Yeah.
And one of the chicks from the women's national team was like talking shit before the match. Like, oh yeah, Ryan Reynolds and what's his name, Rob
McElhenney.
Yeah, oh, you couldn't be here to support your team. They're going down. Yeah, Wrexham beat them, told them.
Was it women versus women, or?
No, it was the U.S. women's players against Wrexham.
Oh, the men. The men.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they lost 12-0.
Oh, I bet you they had a lot to say about that, but they just kept their mouths.
And all they said was, oh, "It's okay, because we went out there and we were brave."
I bet you
Really,
would.
you were brave. I just watched the video of the highlights. It was
It's like when they I've seen like clips where you got like protesters who are like,
Mhm.
oh, women should get paid as much as male athletes, blah blah.
Well, they break it down
Yeah.
where they are. They're actually getting paid more.
Now than they were then. Yeah, but
No,
still.
But like they broke down the WNBA, how they want to get paid
Mm-hmm.
the same or equal pay to the NBA players because of how much the NBA players make. But when they broke it down on how much
You bring in.
But I was talking about having partner like shares into the income of the team. They want their equal share.
Okay.
The WNBA actually gets like a couple percentage points higher based on what the team brings in.
Okay.
So that's why they're like, "Are you sure you guys really want to renegotiate that because you're gonna get paid a lot less than what you're getting paid now?"
Yeah. Well, and to that point, you got these ignorant people, I guess we could call them. I'm probably one of them, but because I don't know, but I'm talking off short that I saw, where some girls like, oh, women athletes are just as good as male athletes, and you got guys like Bill Burr who know the shit. You got people who actually study, and they're like, yeah, no, and then
I mean, you don't need to even study to realize like if you took the best.
Well, just to wrap up my point really quick.
Yeah.
So they had a game like that when it was Serena Williams versus a male.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it was like ranked 200. He was like a warm up guy.
Yes, and he destroyed her.
And he gave her like the first point, and
Mhm.
he still or something like that, and he's still like, and like she's like, I would never compete at that level. Those guys will kill me. Like,
Yeah. She admitted to it.
Was it McElroy? Like that dude was a savage. What is that his name? the English dude that's all like,
Are you thinking of the golfer, Rory
no,
McIlroy?
no, the tennis player. He was in Mr. D. He showed
Yeah.
up for like 2 seconds because he was in New York.
Yes. That. Yeah. John McEnroe.
He's a golfer.
No, John McEnroe is the tennis player.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm
He's
thinking
not
of.
English. He's American.
Oh, is he? I don't know.
Yeah.
He looks English.
But no, but there was like you can go back to some of the jokes that comedians bring up where it's like you take LeBron James. He wants to be a woman and go into the WNBA.
Yes.
He's going to score 8,000 points a game.
Yep.
And it's not to say that there aren't outstanding women athletes. There are.
Yeah,
But
of
I mean,
course.
but like here,
No,
there was another one.
You can't take merit away from because
No.
like if we went out there, they would kill us because we're not professional athletes. Like you got like you could play tennis with Serena Williams, she would destroy you.
Oh yeah,
Like we could team up and she'd still kill us.
No, I wouldn't be able to play tennis.
Right.
Yeah, no. But then if I played something that she couldn't play, I might be able to beat her.
Like wrestling.
Yeah. Like if we were doing like a grappling match, I would beat her.
She'd probably still kick your ass.
Maybe, yeah, she's pretty good. But they were doing another thing where they were talking about like, we're gonna go down a rabbit hole right now with this one.
I will keep it short and sweet.
All right, so I was watching it was like a Senate hearing about women's sports and how they're putting like trans people into women's sports.
Oh yeah, the swimmer.
Yeah, that dude who was like, the worst fucking men's
That
swimmer
dude
ever,
that.
and then now he's the number one ranked women's
Of course.
swimmer. Like that's not fair.
Yeah.
But what the senator brought up, he goes, all right, so let's say Mike Tyson wanted to
Be a female boxer.
wanted to transition over. Would you feel comfortable allowing him to box a woman? And then like the idiot doctor who was saying whatever he was saying, that's a really extreme case. He goes, no, but it's a case.
Yeah.
Like there's men like the bone density.
Like their whole thing is like, don't exclude me. Well, you can't exclude that case. You can't make an exception.
Exactly. But if you look at that dude who's the swimmer,
yeah,
or whatever woman, whatever whatever they choose to be.
Yes.
Like you can look at at their physical makeup.
Yeah.
And you can tell that like this isn't right.
Yeah.
Like you have a completely different. Like your makeup is completely different and you're faster.
Yeah.
Like there's an MMA fight. Oh, I forgot the chick's name. But she transitioned like 5 months before her first like professional MMA fight.
Yeah.
Like so she was still pretty like her testosterone was still pretty high.
Yeah.
Because she just transitioned into a
So she went from male to female.
yeah. But like relatively close to when this fight happened.
Yeah.
And like fractured her opponent's skull.
Yeah.
Like destroyed the face. And it was crazy. And they were like, yeah, this shouldn't be happening. Like
yeah.
And the thing is like she still looked like a dude.
Yeah.
Like she had longer hair and like some higher cheekbones. But like the shoulders were still broad.
Yeah.
Like she still had pecs.
Yeah.
Like dude, it was not
a fair fight.
No.
I just remember the when they did that on South Park, the transition, and they show the like, oh, you're gonna compete against the transgender athlete. What do you think? And the girl's like, oh yeah, I'm glad they're giving everybody an opportunity. And then they show the transgender, and it's Randy Savage like, hey, I'm gonna kill you. She's like, I'm gonna win this thing. I'm glad I feel like a woman. And then they show like the afterwards, and like he just destroyed everybody.
Dude, yeah.
Oh my god, that shit kills me, dude.
Oh yeah.
Just the way, like those dudes are out of the box.
Yes, they are.
With everything they do.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
dude, it's a weird world.
Okay, so talking about South Park and those guys.
Uh-huh.
Sports movies. Favorite sports movie, dude?
All right. All right, I like basketball.
Okay, let's do top three. Top three. In no specific order.
Here's my thing. I like basketball.
Basketball's the shit.
But basketball is not a sports movie.
No.
It is not a sports movie.
It's a comedy sports movie.
Yes. Oh, jeez.
Die Hard is not a
Christmas movie, no. I like the movie 8 Men Out. That's a really good movie. Have you ever heard of it? No. Okay, so 8 Men Out is about the Chicago White Sox when they throw the World Series, I believe, in like maybe
Shit.
they were called. Yeah, so there was a term where they become the Chicago Black Sox, and there was a lot of really good players on that team, and they weren't getting paid by the owner of the White Sox,
Mhm.
or they were getting paid, but just not getting paid what they deserved.
Right.
So then they were taking bribes from people, and they got bribed to throw the World Series to throw it back at the owner.
Okay.
So they did that, and only a select few guys did that. But like Shoeless Joe Jackson, one of the greatest baseball players of ever, will never be allowed into the Hall of Fame
Because of that
because he was
in that team.
involved in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was involved in it, and they believed that he was one of the people who took money.
Yeah.
So I like that movie. Oh man, another sports movie. Uh, you go for one of yours.
Okay. Well, there's a lot to pick from, but one that I really like to watch was the Replacement Players. Keanu Reeves one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It is a sports movie, but it isn't. It's like a comedy movie too.
Yeah.
But it's got like seriousness to it. I guess like there's actually a story behind the plot behind the movie. Um, there's also Any Given Sunday, Remember the Titans, Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
Varsity Blues is a really good movie.
Did you ever watch the program?
I don't think so. Is that the one with Kevin Costner?
No, the program was a football movie, a college football movie.
No.
Kind of like it seemed like it was kind of based about like Florida State. Could be wrong, but the colors and everything. And it was about like steroid use and like performance enhancing drugs.
Kind of like BMS. Thad used to like, I shoot rabies, man.
And
Get out of my
I
house!
think what else? Sandlot. Sandlot's a good movie.
Sandlot's a good movie.
I always
Yeah.
love watching Sandlot. Uh, hmm. I like the football movies too, but I'm like I don't know.
Did you ever see 61? The Roger Maris one with the I think Billy Crystal
No.
directed it. That's a good one.
I just watched Air. I guess could Air be considered a sports movie?
It's sports related, so sure.
So I really liked that movie. I thought that movie was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I liked how the one thing that got me was how Nike put it to Jordan as you're the one we want, and we want to build everything around you. Where every other company wasn't thinking that; they just wanted to add him to the mix.
Yeah.
And where Nike was like, "Look, you're the star. We're putting our basketball brand is you."
Yeah.
And I loved how his mom put in the deal like, "We'll take your deal, but we want money for every shoe that's sold."
Yeah.
Forever. And I think that was the biggest like move that anybody could make to be like to solidify your
Well, you know,
legacy.
she's always going to look out for his interests.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but to look at it where you're not just getting your contractual agreement, you're getting a royalty and you're getting a stake into it.
Yeah.
Because him, like
Yeah.
he became. I mean, yeah, the Nike swoosh is still there, but fucking Jordan brand is the Jordan brand.
Yeah.
Like it's its own division.
Yeah.
So that's why I think like that was a really good movie too.
Yeah. Space Jam.
You know, I mean, Space
The first
Jam.
one. The first
Space
one.
Jam 1
The first one.
was goofy
Yeah.
and funny. I refused to watch Space Jam 2.
Oh, I saw it, dude. It's not worth it. No.
I will not watch Space
I'm
Jam
sorry, and I will say this. LeBron James can't act.
2. Yeah, I can see that.
And not just that, dude, I don't care if people say I'm wrong. Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
Oh yeah, he is. There's no doubt.
No.
But I mean, but you can't really like he's the GOAT of his era, just like you have Wilt Chamberlain was a GOAT of his era. But I mean, then you got Magic.
Bobby,
He has nothing to do with
I know. I'm just saying he was the GOAT of his era.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but you know, when you get like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird,
Yeah.
they were at such high competitive levels at their time
That's what
where,
I'm getting
where
at.
you can have them like when it comes to at the end of the day, out of all of those people, who would I want to have the ball to take over a game? Michael Jordan.
Of course.
Because,
No, but I mean, I'm saying if you take a LeBron in his prime and you take a Michael Jordan in his prime, Michael's gonna kill him. Yes.
it depends on the game, dude. It really depends. It depends on if they're playing like them one-on-one. LeBron would beat him because he is more athletic and he's bigger.
But I'm talking about Michael Jordan in his prime.
Yeah, but no, but see here. When it comes to the team sport, Michael Jordan is he would be able to control and completely dominate a game.
Yeah.
And then you have LeBron James who can do the same thing, but in a different era, where like they have like soccer rules for fouls, to where Jordan got beat up in his games.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about if you put them one on one, LeBron in his prime.
Well, let's just put it this way: LeBron wouldn't survive that era.
No, he would be good. He wouldn't be.
He would be a run of the mill player.
Like I don't think he would be as good as he is now.
Right.
He would be a really good player, but he wouldn't be the elite player that he is now.
Yeah.
Because you had Kobe who was in at the tail end of that era,
the Michael Jordan era,
and then moved into the softer era.
The last era before.
Yeah. And he completely dominated that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you really want to go, like the Mount Rushmore of basketball, like in the eras that we grew up in.
Yeah.
There'd be Jordan 1, Kobe would be 2, and then LeBron would be he'd be 3.
He'd be in the back of the mountain, dude.
No, they would be the top 3. They would be the top 3 in the era that we grew up in. And then, but you have a whole generation of people who never saw Michael Jordan play. They don't even watch highlights. Like, you can't watch highlights and judge how good a guy was. You need to watch the whole game to where it's like the flu game.
Yeah.
Where he's dying and he comes back out and just dominates. It's like, like that
that's
kind
what
of
steroids
stuff.
do, man.
but like that's and that's why you can't really have a definitive argument.
True.
On who is the greatest of all time, because you have greatest players of generations.
Yeah. Another going away from basketballs, the Rocky movies. They're boxing movies.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean,
they don't have to be based on true events.
Well, I mean, he was that was based on a person.
Yeah.
But but I mean, those were good movies. I like them.
Yeah.
Except I don't like the
fifth one.
The one with
Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, I did not like that one.
I think that's probably the one everybody hates the most.
I like the first, second, and the third were good.
Oh, the fourth is probably the best one. That's what the
Clubber Lang.
No, that's the third one.
Oh.
So they all have something that stands out. The first one is he loses, but he won the distance.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, he beats Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
The third one, he loses to Mr. T. And then Mickey dies, and he comes back and beats the shit out of Mr. T. Yeah. And that's when Stallone was like...
Wait, the fourth one is Drago?
The fourth one is Drago. That's the best one. That's what. And then in that one, Apollo dies.
Mm-hmm.
And the fifth one is when Rocky's got brain damage and he can't box anymore because Ivan Drago beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I like the one that is it just called Rocky?
The sixth one.
The one where
he's older.
Yeah, where there's the simulation and he comes back to fight. Like, I didn't like the fighting part, but I liked the storyline around it. I thought that was and I thought that was really good.
Well, not just that, he lost by decision. It wasn't a knockout. In all the older movies, it was like he practically knocked. Ivan Drago wasn't knocked out, but it was a KO.
Yeah.
He was on the ground. He couldn't get up. Mr. T, same thing. Apollo, same thing. It was a knockout.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in later movies they were like, okay, we gotta make it a little bit more real.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the Creed movies.
Me either. I have yet to watch them. I'm not sure. I'm not a huge fan of Michael B. Jordan, and that's why I haven't watched them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't hate him, but I'm just there's better. I think there's better actors out there.
Yeah. I agree with you. I mean, he had one of my favorite roles of his that he did was in The Wire when he was a kid.
Oh, my favorite role was when he was the Human Torch. Psych. No, I hate
Yes.
it. I think that's probably what ruined him for me.
That was
if he had not taken that role, I would have been he's alright.
I didn't even get to watch it. I watched maybe the opening part of it. I can't.
No, don't.
They completely ruined this for
me. And it does. It's not even that. Just the race thing. It was just dude. The story itself sucks for one.
Mm-hmm.
They included that factor, and it just wasn't a good movie. And then you got Miles Teller, is his name?
Yeah.
He's Mr. Fantastic, and he's the same age as Susan Storm and Reed Richards, and the Thing is not even an Air Force pilot. He's just this dude, and they don't go into space. They do an interdimensional thing. It was they completely destroyed the origin story of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, it makes sense. Sounds like something they would do.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm getting off topic. And
Well, here, since we were talking about Marvel for a second,
okay,
I finally watched Venom last night.
the first one.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that shit was hilarious.
Oh, dude,
I
yeah.
love that one part where Venom's like, jump. And he does it, and then by the elevator, and he's like, pussy. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, yes.
yeah,
Can we bite off heads?
yeah. Always,
Goose Island, like, it was like, can we bite off their heads instead of all their
yeah. Oh, that yeah. Venom's is like, and Tom Hardy does the voice for Venom. They just like arrange it. But yeah, that's Venom's a good movie.
Yeah, I thought that was actually pretty good. I wanted them to do more with that. Okay.
Well, they did.
I know, but like, but I'm talking about like, I know the second one kind of, you know,
It's entertaining.
but I feel like I'm talking about as far as incorporating it into
The Marvel Universe.
more, except for that little bit that they did in
It wasn't the Multiverse of Madness. It was before
the one with all the Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
Yeah, like I felt like I wish they would have done more.
Well, they teased it even in the previous Marvel movie,
Mhm.
which was I don't remember. It was like where he gets sucked in. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Um, it's it's a shame that all those companies can't get together and put like what they need to create like the proper
You know what you think
stories.
like what Sony owns just the Spider-Man stuff, all right? That's all they have.
Well, Spider-Man and like the sub characters,
Like the Spider-Man
universe,
like
yeah,
that part.
yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just be like, sure, you want to make movies? Cool.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, but dude, you're not doing any of the work. You're putting your name on it, and you're getting royalties.
I feel like behind those deals is like an episode of Suits, like you're goddamn right, I'm gonna make more money than you.
Yeah.
And
But I would just sit there and be like, yes, we will contract this out to you.
Yes.
And every movie, just the price gets higher and higher and higher.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, here, well, right here, and this is what you get, and you can go do whatever you want, but we keep the characters.
I'm sure there's
and
a
you
bunch
get all
of
the
like,
money off the merchandising because Spider-Man games can only be put on PlayStation.
oh yeah, some
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you want Sinister 6? Sure. That'll be a Sony game.
Yep.
Oh, you want it on Xbox? Sorry, no, it's not gonna happen. It has to be only on PlayStation.
Exactly. Which I'm okay with.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I'm married to PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to Phil about that the other day because he was telling me about Amazon Luna,
Mhm.
and I guess like a streaming service that you play games on.
Oh, okay.
And before that, he would tell me all about Stadia, and we were like, dude, I'm not gonna go buy a Stadia. He's like, oh, it's cheap, man. It's got all these games. I'm like, all these games that came out like 10 years ago and are probably like $5 now on the PlayStation Store or at GameStop. So he did that, and then like this was actually like 2 days ago or maybe yesterday, where he was telling me about Amazon Luna, and he was telling me, he's like, dude, Batman Arkham Knight is like free on there, and I'm like, I've had Arkham Knight for like 10 years, dude. I beat the shit out of that game. I'm done with it. I'm not gonna go back and play it on another console. The only times I've done shit like that was with the Resident Evil games.
Did you ever play the was it the Knights?
Arkham Knight?
No, like the one with the it's Robin, Batgirl.
Oh, no. I heard it was just horrible, and I was like, eh.
It was a cool concept.
It was, but I saw some of the footage and some of the gameplay, and they were like, it's really like, it was like choppy, the controls were not great, and then the story at the end was like, oh, Batman's still alive, and I'm like, oh shit, dude, like Batman's never gonna die.
Nope.
But yeah, like, and I felt like it was like a spoiler before a spoiler, because like, he's like the main attraction. Like, you don't go see a DC movie and you're like, oh my god, they're making a Nightwing movie or a Robin movie. You're like, man, fuck that. I want to see Batman kicking ass.
Yeah, but you know what though? I feel like
Tell me this: if they made a movie right now, DC, and they're like, we're gonna make a movie, Supergirl and Batgirl, and it's not the X-rated type, you're gonna be like, no, it doesn't.
No, but if they did an actual rated R Red Hood movie.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Because Batman would still be involved.
But just I'm talking about but
even that story, it's not about Batman, but it's still involved.
But he wouldn't be the focal point. He would just be
exactly
in the background, which I think that would be a good thing.
Right, but he would still be in the movie. I'm talking like, you take out Superman, you take out all the main players, you're doing a sidekick movie.
I would want
a
a like dark Teen Titans,
Okay, so
like a dark Teen Titans.
the one they could do that with would be the Judas contract, which is like the Deathstroke, which would be good,
Yeah,
but
but
they,
I'm
they,
talking about like that's one that I could see
yeah,
doing.
I guess
Because it's not Justice League.
no.
No, I feel like, but it had to be like older Teen Titans. And then you throw in a little Damian Wayne.
Raven,
Yeah, some crazy, a psychopathic Robin.
yeah,
Like I feel like you could do that and not have Batman even in it. Like I think you could have Batman just like Robin, and that'd be the end of it. Like I think that would be
where are
fantastic.
they? Yeah,
Or even just like a Deathstroke movie.
yeah, that would be
Like
cool.
that's another one I'd watch. If they did it right.
Because he's like a serious Deadpool character.
Well, he.
Well, Deadpool and Slade Wilson were created by the same guy.
Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson.
Yep, it was like a slap in the face.
Yep.
Did he said that in the second movie, right, or something like that? He's like, I should call myself Stroke Death.
Yeah.
Deathstroke. No,
Deathstroke. No, you should.
all right, bud. You ready to do some DJ?
Yeah, I guess we should do some DJ, huh?
Oh, they're right there.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah, they're right there.
But where's the DJ?
The DJ's in the fridge.
I'll go get the DJ.
Go get the DJ.
Oh no.
No
You have
limes.
limons?
I got limons upstairs
Oh no.
because we're in the basement right now.
No time for that.
No time for that right meow. Macbeth Foster, you couldn't say meow 9 times to the driver. I like how they have to explain that to Farfa.
Oh, I know. He looks at you like,
I'll call the guy a chicken fucker.
we're just talking about the thing where, Mac and Froster got to say pussy a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
No. We said that he couldn't say meow.
To the driver.
Meow. I'll call the driver a chicken fucker. License and registration, chicken fucker.
It's always nice to be able to come back to quotes from Super Troopers.
Not Super Troopers 2.
They have the one.
Which one?
Happiness.
Oh, yes.
Happiness.
Happiness.
In the asshole. But
Wait, what are we cheering to tonight?
I don't know. We added a bunch of friends on Facebook. We could cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers to everybody who accepted our friend request tonight.
And to all our listeners.
Whoever you may be. Thank you.
Whoever you may be, we
we're
appreciate you.
We're on Spotify now.
Yes, we are.
So if you can go check us out on there, that'd be great.
Be sure to follow.
Yes,
few beers in a shot.
Follow. A few beers in a shot.
Yeah, it's not 2 beers.
No, it's a few beers.
Yes.
Well, it actually goes a few beer shots.
Yeah, a few beer shot.
All right.
There's the shot.